Exposing the shadiness of the Bohemian Grove and the elites, and he's still alive? Follow me down the rabbit hole about Ryan Garcia. Hello, friends, and welcome back to the rabbit hole. I'm your host, Danny, and today you're getting a bonus episode. So, this is going to be your bonus episode instead of the Trump assassination attempt episode. That turned into a full episode. And this was supposed to be that episode. Anyway, not the point. The point is, my schedule got a little wonky because somebody tried to kill the former president, and I had to put out an episode about it. So, this is actually going to be our bonus episode. So, you will be receiving this as soon as I'm done recording it, which is kind of really fun. First things first, so thank you Rodell and Renee for the request of Ryan Garcia. This directly ties back to Bohemian Grove, which is why I decided to do it right following, so that way you had all the information together. Ryan Garcia was born on August 8th, 1998 in California. He started boxing at the age of 7, and he became a 15-time national amateur champion. In fact, he left high school due to amateur boxing commitments. So he was going to high school, whatever, but I don't think he never graduated. He became a professional boxer at 17 in June of 2016. In his first professional bout, he fought Edgar Mesa and won by a TKO. So TKO is a technical knockout. It's declared by a referee when they deem that the boxer is unfit to continue fighting safely. In November of 2016, he signed with Golden Boy Promotions. This is a boxing promotion firm that kind of helps him get fights and different things. And he had his debut on December 17th of 2016, and he won with a knockout in the second round. In October of 2018, Ryan started training with Eddie Reynoso. Eddie trained Canelo Alvarez and Oscar Valdez as well as Ryan Garcia. In March of 2019, Ryan's daughter was born. In September, he extended his contract with Golden Boy Promotions with a new 5-year deal. This same month, it was announced that he would be fighting Romero Duno. Ryan won that fight with a knockout in the first round, and this granted him the World Boxing Council, or WBC, silver lightweight title. He also starred in a web series, On the Ropes, as Sonny Mendoza this same year. In January of 2020, he announced his next fight would be against Francisco Fonseca. And again, that fight ended with a victory in a first-round knockout. In October of 2020, it was announced that he would be facing off against Olympic gold medalist Luke Campbell for the interim WBC lightweight title. That fight was scheduled for December, but they pushed it back to January of 2021 due to Campbell getting COVID. In the second round of the fight, Ryan was knocked down for the first time in his professional career, but he did get back up. In round 7, Ryan ended the fight with a body shot. This was Luke Campbell's last fight before retirement. In April of 2021, it was announced that Ryan would defend his WBC interim lightweight title against former WBA, which is World Boxing Association, super featherweight champion Javier Fortuna. Whoever was to win that fight was going to be like the mandatory challenger of WBC lightweight champion Devin Haney. However, just 11 days after the announcement, Ryan withdrew from the fight, stating he needed to, quote, manage his health and well-being. So this decision also caused him to be stripped of his interim lightweight title. Joseph Diaz took over Ryan's spot in the bout against Javier Fortuna, and they were fighting for Ryan's now stripped title. Later in the year, Ryan was slated to fight Diaz, who had won against Fortuna, in an attempt to win the title back. Unfortunately, ESPN announced that the fight needed to be postponed because Ryan had suffered a hand injury. Also in 2021, he signed a deal with Gatorade to appear in TV commercials, and he was the first American boxer to appear on a Gatorade campaign. In 2022, he fought Emmanuel Tago and knocked him down in the second round, and Javier Fortuna with knockdowns in the 4th, 5th, and 6th round. With Fortuna, the referee actually stopped the fight after the 3rd knockdown, and that caused Garcia to win. After the first fight that year, he left his trainer, Reynoso, and started training with Joe Goosen. In 2023, he fought Gervonta Davis. Ryan was knocked down in the 2nd and 7th round. And in the 7th round, after a body shot knocked him down, he was unable to get up in the referee's count of 10, which meant that Davis was the winner via knockout. Ryan was really criticized for this knockout because people were saying, like, if he could get up on the count of 11, why couldn't he get up on the count of 9? So I didn't see the fight. I don't know. But what I'm gathering is that, like, the ref counted to 10, called it, and as soon as it was called, he got up, which means that maybe he could have gotten up at 9. I don't know. Either way, this was his first professional loss. After this fight, Ryan left his trainer once again and hired Derek James. At the end of 2023, he faced Oscar Duarte. Ryan won that fight by a knockout in the 8th round. At the beginning of this year, being 2024, a fight against Devin Haney was announced. So this was for the WBC super lightweight title. He did win the bout by majority decision after knocking down Devin in rounds 7, 10, and 11. However, on May 1st, Voluntary Anti-Doping Association notified all involved parties that Ryan had tested positive for Osterin. Osterin is a performance-enhancing drug which has similar properties to anabolic steroids, and they are obviously not legal when you are a professional boxer or like any professional athlete of any sort. So this bout was changed to a no contest, and Ryan was fined $1.1 million, and he was suspended for a year. He was also arrested for damaging a room and a hallway in the Waldorf Astoria in Beverly Hills. The estimated damage is like $15,000. So he was charged with a misdemeanor in court for vandalism, and he faces jail time for this, like up to a year. But his bad fortune didn't end there, because at the beginning of July, he was expelled by the WBC president for using racial slurs against black people and disparaging Muslims. He also declined multiple attempts by the WBC to help with his mental health and substance abuse.
Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's Kazoo Concert in Kansas City, go Kevin, or Becky's Bachelorette Bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app today. Your savings are waiting.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
But I'm kind of wondering if all of that is a setup. I don't think everything's a setup. I think that, some people have mental health issues. They for sure need to get help. I'm not saying that that's not true, but it is very odd, the timing. Several months ago, Ryan Garcia posted a video exposing a lot of things the elites wouldn't want you to know. Interestingly enough, these things are no longer on YouTube unless you go through somebody else's YouTube trying to explain what Ryan Garcia was saying. Then you can find the audio, which is what I did. So he was going on social media, he was going on different lives, talking to people and talking to his followers about the things he was trying to expose. All this started around the time the fight against Devin Haney was announced. At the press conference, Devin accused Ryan of using substances, although also at the press conference, Ryan denied using substances. Not long after the press conference, Ryan went viral posting something super strange. In the post, it read, quote, "We got him, boys. Ryan Garcia, R.I.P. bitch, 666. Video is exactly 666 in time." In all caps, it said, "We told you we were coming." And then it has like a bunch of just random letters and gibberish to finish the post out. The caption of the post also reads, quote, "The death of Ryan Garcia, Bill Haney," who's Devin Haney's father, was right on that one. end quote. Then more letters and gibberish. In the gibberish were the words Baphomet, Baphomet, and then more gibberish, and then it said, quote, "This is why you don't mess with us at the top, bitch ass bitch," end quote. And then a bunch more random letters, and it ends with Sunday, March 3, 2024, which was referring to March 3rd, which was a Sunday. Baphomet is a pagan deity that the Templars or the Knights Templar were accused of worshiping. It is commonly accepted that the elites might also worship this deity. Unknown if that's 100% true, but that's what has been said. Baphomet has been associated with the goat, like the satanic goat that you see pictures of that has the star on his head. It's like a half animal, half human, like half male, half female, good and evil type goat. This goat is said to represent the goal of a perfect social order. So it makes sense that maybe they would be worshiping this if they were the New World Order, potentially. But this post caused a lot of concern, right? So you have him like posting this with just random words saying like he's dead, and his fans were really worried for him. But he came out and said that he was hacked. And after that, after he was like, no, I was just hacked. Oops, sorry. Don't know what happened there. He went missing from social media for a while. Finally, he did return to social media. In the new video, he claimed that his phone had been taken away. He lost access to his money and his Instagram account. He said he was being taken advantage of, but that he was okay. And that was the message he wanted to send to his fans and to his family, anybody that's concerned about him. He specifically stated that he wasn't dead. He still believed in Jesus and not to believe the lies told about him. Now, I tried to find all these posts. So this specific video where he came out and he's like, I don't have access to my money, blah, blah, I'm fine, I'm not dead. Ta-da, look, here I am. That was posted on an X. But what I found was really interesting. On TikTok, there are no videos between December 18th of 2023 and February 9th of 2024. Literally none. And then after February 9th, you don't see another video from him until March 11th. Before this, so like before December 18th, he was posting every few days, maybe once a week or so. After March 11th, when he finally came back, he posts like several times a day. He's posting constantly. So what happened to all those videos in between those dates? Because that's also the time when he apparently went missing. So he got on a live with Andrew Tate and was telling him about what happened to him, that he was taken to Bohemian Grove. While he was there, he said, I need a little disclosure here because this next part's pretty rough, but it does corroborate everything that we heard in the Bohemian Grove episode. So Ryan Garcia said that they held him down and made him watch kids get raped. And then Andrew Tate warned Ryan that this path he was going down was super dangerous. And Ryan said he doesn't care, that he can't be touched because he's a god, or he's got God on his side. And Andrew says, from my own personal experience, they can touch you. And then Ryan continues and says that when he was 2 years old, they raped him and that he has proof of that. Andrew told Ryan if he wants to be believed and for people to think that he's not on drugs, that he's not going crazy, none of these things are happening, that he needs to tell basically like a better version of this story that he's trying to tell. It needs more information, like what car, when did he arrive, how did he get in, how did he get out? He needs to give every single detail of the whole situation because otherwise people are going to think he's just crazy and nobody's going to believe him. Ryan said that he has all the information. He's got pictures. He said if Alex Jones can do it, I can do it. I've got pictures and I'm going to just hold on to it and I'll release the information at the right time, whatever that means. But he also said that they've been trying to call him. They've been calling him and telling him to stop, that he needs to stop trying to release all this information. After all of that, on March 6th, Ryan tweeted, quote, "I, Ryan Garcia, will not be speaking or tweeting or writing anything other than my fight, boxing, and sports. All topics of discussion will be discussed after my fight." And then he had like a little boxing glove emoji, and it says 5 weeks of focus. You have my word, I'm locked in. I'll see you 420, end quote. So like he goes from like they're doing really crappy things, like all these weird things are happening, they held me down, they're trying to do whatever they're doing, to don't worry, I'm done talking about everything else, I'm totally fine. Tell me this isn't suspicious, because this is suspicious as fuck. Just days before, he was going on rants about Bohemian Grove, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he's like, yeah, I'm done talking about it. But with everything that happened around the Haney fight, it's starting to feel a little bit staged. I'm not saying that he didn't take performance-enhancing drugs. I'm not, like, trying to defend this guy. But what if he was drugged? So, again, I don't know much about performance-enhancing drugs. I don't know if you can drug somebody with them. But with all these other things going on, it's making me wonder if they were trying to like send a message to Ryan being like, look, we have complete control over your life, basically. Like, yeah, you won this fight, but now you've been they don't even have to actually have drugged him. They could have just altered the test results and be like, nope, he's on drugs. So obviously it ended with him having to pay a fine and not actually winning the fight, but this is his career. This is how he makes money. So they're messing with his livelihood. But of course, you got this whole, it's like the perfect storm of things. So people were worried about him. You got Haney throwing out drug allegations at him, and he's exposing the wrong people. So drugs, alcohol, mental health crisis, you tie it all together in a cute little bow. Ryan Garcia is just losing his mind. It's fine. But what if he's not losing his mind? What if he's just telling the truth? And I'm actually wondering just how far this goes, because in my research, I don't follow boxing much. I'm not like a big boxing fan, but I found out that Ryan Garcia and Logan Paul used to be decent friends, right? They would appear in each other's videos, go on each other's podcasts, or I guess Logan Paul has a podcast. Ryan Garcia would be a guest on it. Like they seemed very friendly, like they were friends. And then all of a sudden, almost out of the blue, Ryan is posting about how much he dislikes Logan Paul. He even tweeted something along the lines of like, Logan Paul groupies unfollow me. And Logan Paul, he, I guess, is an owner or part owner in Prime Hydration, and they are suing Ryan Garcia for defamation. So it makes me wonder if Logan Paul was at the Grove or is a member of the Grove. But also, I'm curious, were they trying to initiate Ryan? Is that why he could get out? Is because he was, like, this was supposed to be an initiation, and then they let him go. And then instead of it being an initiation, he came out and he was like, this is fucked up. The things they are doing to children is really messed up. And it is. Don't get me wrong. Like, it is so bad. But here he is trying to expose the elites, and they will not stand for that. What's kind of neat is now on his social media, he's constantly posting how he's trying to help catch pedophiles. So I know there was a video of him like knocking a pedophile out. I know like one of his most recent posts is he's recording like the police arresting a pedophile. So I know that this is obviously very close to his heart, where he's trying to stop people from doing really terrible things to children. And honestly, good on him. We need more people that are going to try to stop the bad things from happening to our children. We need to protect our children at all costs. But until next week, my friends, stay skeptical, and I will see you all then. Hey friends, The Rabbit Hole is an independent podcast with everything you hear done by me, Danny Mercy. I appreciate all of your support. Please rate and review wherever you're listening. If you want to follow us on Instagram, it's at rabbit.holepodcast. And thank you, Zakar Balaha, for our awesome intro.